For a very specific reason here. I'm going to be doing a live unboxing. So we're going to roll through this thing, guys. I'm going to unbox the product that I have here. I'll do that like right now. Then I've got to plug it into my interface and then just set it up. We're going to do all that together in this stream here. Then I'm going to let you hear what this thing sounds like. I have not played through this yet. By the way, this is the new Blackstar HT-5RH MK3 amplifier. Now you guys know I have a little history with Blackstar here. I first got a sponsorship through them with their Amped 3 product. I've actually got that back here. That's this little thing here, and then you can see behind me the Blackstar half stack. That's the HT Venue MK3. So yeah, I got a little bit of history here with Blackstar. So I'm very proud to announce that they have sponsored this video as well, and of course the future upcoming videos that we're going to be doing on this product. But guys, let's get to this unboxing. As I'm doing this, I am going to well, tell you what it's for. This is just a 5-watt head here, but it's specific for the studio, for studio recording. So think of it as like a desktop amplifier here that you can plug in. Now you might say, well, Jason, what about the IRs, the speakers? How do you hear it? Well, Blackstar has its own IR. They have their own impulse responses, their cab speakers, mics, all that good stuff, the software called Cab Rig. So we've already got that set up. I'll walk you through the process, guys. Now, I won't be reading too many comments right now as we're live, but I will have a Q&A after we set this thing up. I'm going to keep this video up, by the way, because I want people to see this unboxing here. Guys, let's get to it. I'm going to do some camera work here so you guys can see what's happening. But yeah, this is it right here, the HT5. Actually, technically it's the HT5RH MK3. So where's my knife at? Let's get to it, man. All right, so don't cut that way. We're going to cut to the sides. We don't want to cut the amp now, do we? These unboxings are always fun, man. It's kind of like a little Christmas present here, you know. But again, I'm extremely thankful for being able to work with Blackstar on the multiple products that I've been working with them on. You know, it's one of those things where I actually, and some of you know the story, we'll just chat a little as I'm carefully opening this box. There we go. I actually went to them. I was working for, or working with rather, a company called Amplify 11, a marketing company. I was doing some work for them for a specific product, another product. They mentioned Blackstar might be coming up, so I'm like, hey, if you guys work with Blackstar, please let me know. I'd love the opportunity to work with Blackstar. And lo and behold, he connected us, and here we are. So, guys, thank you for everyone involved. I always say to myself real quick, whenever I'm thinking about really amazing things happening in your life, I think about it happening, right? I dwell on that amazing thought. And I say to myself, I don't know how it will happen, and I don't need to know how. I am just grateful for the event and everyone involved. So I'm truly grateful, guys. All right, enough chatter. Let me get this out. What I love about when Blackstar ships stuff is you see one box. Well, you're going to see another box here. They've got 2 boxes, so extra protection. And that might be the standard, guys, for amplifier companies. I honestly don't know. Again, this came directly from Blackstar. Came from, you know, I didn't get this from Sweetwater or anything. This came directly from the Blackstar warehouse. So let me, hold on one second. We're almost there. Now we've got another box to open. Hey, we're thinking outside the box. That was a bad pun. Again, guys, I'm going to have this up. Sorry with the camera bump there. I am going to leave this up here, this live up, because I want folks to be able to come back and watch this. So we'll save the questions for the end. So hang around, guys. I know you have some more questions, and of course I will share my initial thoughts with you. If this sounds anything like my amplifier, the MK3 HT Venue, well, I already know I'm set up to be pretty happy because I played through that half stack back there exclusively. I've got videos on that amplifier as well. But I'm really excited about this. I didn't cut this well enough, sorry guys. Unprofessional unboxing here. This little knife is kind of dull. Alright, here we go. But I'm really excited about this amplifier because I'm really kind of stoked about just having a little desktop amplifier up here. I mean, this thing's going to be cool. So, let you guys see the inside here. Package nice and neat as you would expect. All right, let's pull this baby out. Cool. So first things first, I want to make sure I get the accessories out. So we've got the power cable. I'm going to unravel this because we're going to connect this thing. So hang in here with me, guys. We are going to connect this thing. There we go. All right, power cable is out. And then we've got another little box in here. And of course, we got our manual and our Blackstar sticker. I'll have to put that on my guitar case over there. All right. So now we've got the other little box. Let's see what's inside here. Okay, cool. So they even sent a foot switch with this, guys. This is really neat. I like this. This is cool. So I know the plastic's giving you a glare there. Let's take this plastic off here. And then we'll see the amp, saving the best part for last here. But yeah, you can see the foot switch. So what I can already tell you about the amplifier before we look at it, because I've seen the specs online. By the way, this was released today. What's today's date? I think it's April 23rd, 2024. This amp was released today. But yeah, you got a foot switch here for the 2 channels. Each channel has a voice, so it's almost like having 4 channels instead of just 2. I'll explain what I mean in a second here. But let me put this to the side and make sure there's no other cables that I missed in here. I think we're good. I'm bad about opening stuff and missing stuff. It's like I'll throw the box to the side and like, wait a minute, there's some stuff still in there. All right. Here we go. Look at this little thing, man. This is cool. Now, again, I have read the specs online, or not online, they weren't online. I don't even know if this is updated online, but the specs that Blackstar gave me. So I read those ahead of time, but you can see, and we'll do another close-up when I plug this in, but you can see, you know, we've got 2 channels. You've got your clean channel here, and then you've got an overdrive channel. Now, what you'll notice, and let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, same thing. You'll notice that the clean channel, there's not really an EQ, but you have a tone knob here. For me, that's just fine, because usually I just make the EQ the same as my dirty channel on cleans. I don't play much cleans, you guys know that. But the overdrive channel, you do have an EQ for that. You will see that they've got their famous ISF feature here. Where's that knob at? There it is. This knob right here, this ISF knob, that gives you more of like either an American sound or British sound. I throw mine a little bit leaning towards the British side. You got reverb on the amp. Now the reverb on my other Blackstar products sounds really good, especially the HD Venue MK3 half stack that I have. So I imagine this reverb is going to be just as amazing as well. So the other thing I want to mention real quick, you've got your presence, you got your EQ, is you'll see that each of the channels have what's called a voice. And again, we're about to plug this in and hear it. The voicing is almost like having another channel. So in other words, you've got your clean channel with a voice, so you can turn the voice on. You guys saw the foot switch earlier. You can either turn it on the amp or use a foot switch, but that's going to give you a little bit more push to that channel, right? So that clean is going to be probably a little bit more brighter, if you will. For the overdrive channel, that voicing is going to go from like, I guess more like a rock style distortion. That voice on is going to give it a little push, so you can get more of that modern style gain. Now, let me see. On the back here, we've got some settings. I'll kind of go over these real quick with you. Let me take a look at this first, because I actually didn't look at this. Oh wow! So you can actually connect this to a speaker. Now I'll give you a close up here, guys. I just need to read through this, make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Okay, got it. So you've got the capability to connect this to speakers. Okay, you've got your ohms and all right. So you can connect that to a cab if you want. Okay. Now right here you've got your send and return effects loop. I'm not going to be plugging in any effects today. I will be making another video going over the specifics of this amp, a proper YouTube video going through how to use it and all that good stuff. You got a foot switch here. You've got a USB option here. I'll explain what that is. That's going to have to do with what's called your cab rig here, okay? So you've got 1, 2, 3. 3 cab mic speaker options here. And you can actually program these, however you want them to be programmed, using this USB cable connected to your computer. Okay, so that's how you'll do that. You'll set that up in the cab rig software. Now, what I will tell you, because I know this question will come up, you don't have to have this connected to your computer at all times. In other words, if you wanted to just take the amp and connect it to a cabinet or connect it to a soundboard even, you could do that, right? You've got outs for that. You'll still have those cab speaker options in the settings. So you'll program it, right, in your computer or in the software. Okay, this is what I want for setting 1. I want this sound for setting 2, that sound for setting 3. So you don't have to have it plugged in to use it, okay? So I just wanted to let you know about that. You can create an unlimited number of combinations of cab speaker, mics, all that stuff in the cab rig software, and you can assign 3 of those combinations here, okay, if that makes sense. Now, if you've got it plugged in USB to your computer, of course, you can use whatever, whatever other patches you've made. So hopefully that makes sense. I've actually got a video on how to use cab rig, but guys, let's go ahead and plug this thing up, okay? So how I'm going to do this, I want to show you this first. And again, I'll be making a YouTube video that goes more in depth, but I've got a line out here. I'm going to use that, okay, right here. I'm going to plug in here and go directly into my audio interface. I'm also going to connect the cable so that I can use the cab rig software. I'll probably just use whatever cab they have up. So I'm going to plug this in real quick, guys. Give me just a second here. And we'll move the camera a little closer here so you guys can see. All right. Cool little amp though. Look, I mean, it fits right there on the desktop. I don't know that I'll keep it right here. I may put it in that corner over there or something like that. It might even fit on top of my interface or something. We'll figure it out later. I might even put another little stand up here. Actually, I've got a good friend of mine that's making a studio desk for me. So my good friend Joe Leto. Joe, he's a really awesome and good friend of mine. So let's plug this into the back. So he offered to make a studio desk. I wasn't really complaining about my desk, but I was like, yeah, I kind of want a new desk. This thing's a little too bulky, So he's like, I'll make you a desk. And I'm like, okay. And then like he texts me later, hey, what are the dimensions? I'm like, oh, well, I guess we're doing this. So that'll be coming up soon. All right, so we're plugged in. Now, the other thing I want to do here, guys, before I can do anything else, is I've got another cable back here. This is my USB cable. This is already going into my computer. I already set this up in advance. And I'm just going to plug it into the back of the amp where I showed you earlier. All right. So guys, we're on. I've got a cup holder here. That's why it's off balance. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Yeah, cool. What a cute looking amp. All right, so I'm going to make sure my volumes are down here. Volumes. I'm going to kind of adjust the EQ the way my EQ is simple, guys. You can, here, let me bring this in a little bit closer for you. And again, guys, I will be answering questions. I'll open this up for Q&A after the live. We're going to go through this and see how this sounds, and we'll open up for some questions, guys. I haven't read any questions yet, so I'm going to cut my reverb up just a little bit here. You've got 5 watts. You've also got 0.5 watts. I'm going to put it on the 5 watt setting here. All right, let's see here. My ISF, I like it about right there, maybe about 2 o'clock or something like that. Keep my treble on about 6, 7. Cut my mids just a hair. We'll boost the bass on this a little bit. I'll put the gain halfway up. I'll put the tone knob for the clean channel halfway up. And that's it. Okay, so now what I need to do, we need to open up the computer, the software here. So I'm just going to open up my DAW. I'm going to adjust, sorry for the hand there. Talk to the hand, right? That's where the camera is. There it is, yeah. Anyway, so let's pull up the software. I use PreSonus Studio One. And let's see. I'm going to single this track out. So now what I need to do is we need to do, well, two things here. One is I need to, let's see. I need to run a cable into the back from my interface. Did we do that already? No, we did not. Okay. So my interface is over here. I've already got the cable running over here. So I'm going to run this into the back. And sorry I don't have multiple camera angles here. Again, a proper YouTube video will be done on this amplifier. Tones, all that good stuff. All that stuff is coming up. So, all right. Got that plugged in. Cool. So we should be ready to go. Let's turn the power on. Love that little red light. And guys, we are going to test this out. Well, you probably already guessed what we're going to test this out with. The Ibanez, the Prestige RG1570 guitar that I've had for many, many years. Since like 2009. Passive pickups. I want to test this on passive pickups. And I'm not connecting any pedals. We're just going to go through a few tones real quick here. And then again, I'm going to stop playing and I'm going to answer some questions. So do hang around. I want to chat with you guys some after this, okay? So I'm going to back this up a little bit. Just kind of explain real quickly what I'm doing. I've got the amp, the power's in, okay? I've got a cable going into the back of the amp, right? The line out, which is going into my interface, which, I may have to adjust the volume on this. And I'm not getting any sound because, well, we don't have the guitar plugged in, so let's just do that. Plus I've got the volume down. So I've got my speakers are very low right now. I will raise them up here shortly. I just want to make sure I'm getting signal. Okay. All right, we've got signal. What I had to do is switch from the clean channel. By default, when I turned it on, it was on the clean channel. So, and again, I'm going to turn this up. Okay, we've got volume here. Put the volume about halfway up. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it clips, let me know. I'll check the comments. But let's just do a couple riffs. More of a rock tone. I don't have the gain cranked all the way up at all on this. I also don't have the voice switch on. You're going to hear the difference. I'm looking at the comments. Let me know if you guys can hear this or if it needs to go up or down a little. All right, Time Prophet says up. And I know it's not direct audio. You guys are just hearing from my mic up here. I've got a Rode NTG video mic. By the way, I'm going to be making a video on how I do all of my videos for YouTube. I'm working on that soon. But you guys are hearing what's coming out of my Kali monitors here. Okay, so it's not going to be pristine, but hopefully at least it will give you, you know, enough like listening to say, okay, well, this sounds cool. Is that good? Now already I dig that tone. I've got a little reverb. I can hear the reverb pretty crystal there. Guys, again, not high gain at all. I have got the overdrive channel here. The gain is at about probably 2 o'clock. Let's crank the gain all the way up. Oh, okay. kind of a more of a hard rock, or you know, whatever style of rock, whatever subgenre you want there, right? Now, let's do something. I'm going to back the gain off a little bit, okay? And we could probably stand to use a little noise gate with this amplifier. There's a little buzzing, but that's expected. I mean, it's a real amplifier, guys. It is a tube amplifier here. So, let's see. I'm going to back the gain off. Actually, I like that tone, man. So I'll throw my front pickup, my bridge pickup on here. Playing with this tone and roll back the volume knob a little bit. All right, enough of the lower gain, right? I am going to push the voice. So again, the overdrive channel, we'll play around the clean channel just a little bit too, but let's click the voice. I'm going to click it in mid chord, okay? I'm going to switch the voicing. You'll see this little light come on down here. Okay, so we got some gain. Now, that's the voicing. So let me flip this back and forth for you again. This is with the voicing on. Voicing off. You can hear a subtle difference. It's a little just more light, crunchy with it off. Whereas if we turn it on, you've got a little bit more bite. Let's crank the gain all the way up on this thing. Cut the volume up a little bit too. One more thing I want to share, two more things I want to share, guys, and I'll hop over to the comments and I'll answer some questions. So first thing, I want to head over to the clean channel, okay? So we're going to go back over to the clean channel. You got a little switch down there, they'll take you to the clean. Now, remember the clean channel also has a voicing on it, so we'll put it on. I'm going to use my, in between the single coil and, I don't know, it's dusty, sorry, and my neck pickup here. I just like that sound. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more brightness too, just a hair of brightness. We got a tone knob here. Hopefully it's not clipping on the mic. I know sometimes with these mics, the clean channel, for some reason, the mic will just pick that up. I don't know. It's weird how that works. But I'm loving what I'm hearing, though. I mean, it's a beautiful clean sound. Now, we've got that. And I know I won't bore you guys with the clean tones too much. I don't play clean that much. I like a little dirt on mine. When I do play clean, though, I like to have some ambient reverb. If you go back and listen to my latest album and even Masterpiece before that, there are a couple parts on there. Even my first album, Apocalyptic Dreams, there are a few parts, a few songs that have this ambient spacey reverb. So when I'm playing clean, I like to have that, which again, I'll demonstrate that with this amp in another video. What I want to do real quick though is we've got the clean tone. I'm going to click the voice button here. Turn the volume down a little bit here. Playing around with the pickups. I need to clean my pickup switch out. You can hear. Well, you can't hear it now. It's not doing it, of course. I just need to get these cleaned out a little bit. All right. So you can hear how bright that is, and you can hear the voice and gives it just a little dirt, you know. If I click it off, a little bit cleaner. So one more tone, guys. Let's head over back to our overdrive here. Got the gain all the way up. One thing I want to do really quickly, guys, and then we'll get to the Q&A. Do I have it in here? Let's see. And most of you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to put a delay okay. I like to play my leads. Pretty much every guitar solo has delay on it for me, so all right, we got that all the way up. Pretty cool. Now, what I would do, guys, real quick here, and we'll open everything up for turn the voice on. Two things that I'm going to put, well, more than two things. The one thing I'm for certain going to do when I do the video going through all the features and giving you just a proper demonstration. Look, we just pulled this thing out of the box. You guys saw me cut the box open. Never played through this amp before. Of course, I'm familiar with Blackstar. Okay. One thing I didn't show you, and I'll show you. Well, let's just remember the cab. Remember the cab knob I showed you in the back. I have not even looked at the cab settings and the mic settings that I have with their IRs. So I will save that for a video. I want to get to answering some of your questions here. But I'll save that for you. But you remember the cab had 3 options in the back. Cab rig 1, 2, 3. So they've already got some presets in here. So I don't even know what that is. Okay, so let me just run through those real briefly, okay? I put the voice in back on. Let's see. Cut the delay down just a little bit. So there's a switch back. That's cab 1. I gotta feel around for this thing now. Where's it at? I think I found it. All right, so that's cab 1. And again, I know the sound probably isn't the greatest live here, but it'll make more sense. This is cab 2, whatever preset they have it on, which again I don't know. Oh, it's beefier. So that sounds like an American 412 cab simulation that we have here. Now let's try the third option. That was a little bit lower, so I don't know. That could be like, I don't know what it's for, to be honest with you. I had to pull up cab rig. But let's go back to 2. I like 2 and 1. So what I would do is I would go in and find a sound that's sort of a mixture between those two I just heard. And again, and I'll have to do this in another video, guys. It'll take a little while to go through the cab rig software. But again, you can choose whatever speaker, mic, cab combination, and the cab rig actually has an EQ setting, a separate EQ setting for the mic in the software. So what you're hearing right now, these 3 tones that you just heard, or with the cab rig setting, well, there are endless possibilities of what you can create. I know I sound like a salesman here, but I mean, I love their impulse responses. I really do. I've played through many, and there's some great ones out there, right? I mean, you may prefer something else, but actually, I'm extremely happy with what Blackstar's done. So, guys, on that note, I'd like to take just a few minutes to answer any questions you have, just to chat. Again, I'm going to be making a complete video, proper YouTube video. I'm going to pull up my laptop here on this little Blackstar amp here. Again, this is the HT-5RH. They have a version of this. And guys, let me know if you have any questions. But they have another version of this that comes with a speaker cab. I don't need it because I've got this half stack, this Blackstar half stack. That has a 10 watt setting on it. It's a 100 watt and a 10 watt setting. So I play that like every day. I don't know if there's a day that's gone by that I haven't played through that amplifier. But for now, I'm probably going to be playing through this a lot more, obviously, because it's on the desktop. It's right here, and it's just much easier to manage. And what I'll tell you is, though I like to mic my amplifier when recording like albums and that sort of thing. This last album I put out, Overcometh, you know, I mic'd that amp over there. However, I used the amp 3 pedal back there for my leads. So I can see myself definitely using this amp here for my leads. Now, for my YouTube videos and that sort of thing, I'll probably almost use this exclusively because, again, it's simplified everything. What I want to demonstrate this with, though, well, many things, but I think the first video is just going to be a rundown of the amp, the specs, that video. After that, I'm going to make a video on using this with pedals. Again, you have an effects loop. So I would definitely either A, use a delay pedal, in the effects loop here, or I would just use the delay you just heard in the studio. I kind of prefer pedals, to be honest with you. It's just, it's just my take. The delay you heard me using is just the PreSonus Studio One delay, the delay that comes with my DAW. It's not a bad delay by any means, but I think the pedal, I've got and I won't pull it out of the pedal board, but I've got a Boss Digitech delay over there, what is it, the DD3, which I really like a lot. So the other thing that I will more than likely, well, no, I absolutely will do, is I will throw an overdrive pedal and a noise gate too, but I'll throw a proper overdrive pedal in front of this amp, and that's really going to turn it into just a metal monster. I already know because I know what the overdrive sounds like now. It's very similar to my HT Venue MK3. This is part of the MK3 series. So in any case, a lot of stuff coming up, guys, full mix. So guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know in the comments. But while we're doing that, I want to say thank you so much for joining the live stream. I did this at sort of an odd time at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my time here. A couple reasons why I did that. Number one is because this amp, the HT-5RH, was just released today, right? The version 3 of this. So this is just released today on April 23rd, 2024. And also, as I see the comment from Time Prophet, he's over in the European lands. It's 5:37 p.m. over there. Well, they're based, Blackstar is based out of the UK. So okay, well, let me do it a little bit earlier so I can get my folks in Europe and on that side of the world, give them an opportunity to come on and catch a live stream, because sometimes I'll do my live streams later, like at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, for my European folks, it's a lot later over there. So guys, let me know if you have any questions here. I'm going to put this video out there, so if you have questions, please leave those in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Stay tuned for more videos on this amplifier, and actually, it's out there. It is available today. Madness Emotive says he's on lunch break throwing up the horns. Yes, listen to this on lunch break. It's a good way to spend your lunch, man. But yeah, this amplifier is out there. I'll actually I'll throw my link to get this amp. Okay, as soon as this is done, I'll put that in the comments and I'll put it in the description of this video. I'm also an affiliate for Sweetwater, so hey, if you decide to get this link or any of the stuff that I put out there, hey, if you click on my link and purchase it, that does help the channel. It helps me, and I do appreciate that. So thank you ahead of time for that, as many of you have already done. So I really appreciate you guys for that. But guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm actually going to get to going through this amp some more and just getting more used to it, because I want to start making some proper videos for this amplifier to show you more of what it can really do. But I'm excited to have this thing sitting on my desktop. This is this is really awesome, man. So again, I want to give a shout out to the folks at Blackstar. Thank you so much. You guys have been amazing to me and so awesome to work with. I've been chatting with a bunch of the folks over there personally, and it's just opened up so many doors for me. They even connected me to a music store, a really high-end music store in Thailand. When I was in Thailand back in November, I reached out to Blackstar before that, and I'm like, hey, do you guys have any connections over there? So they did, and they connected me. So I got to jam with some guitarists in Bangkok. Those videos are on my YouTube channel here too. Just do a search for Jason Stallworth Thailand or something like that, and they should pop up. But anyway, guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining the live stream today. Stay tuned for more videos. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day. Until then, keep it metal, and more importantly, guys, keep playing music.